Hi friends, today again we are going to discuss design patterns. Still we are going on the creational design patterns. Okay, so what is the creational design pattern? As I said previously, that creational design pattern is used to create the objects in bulk. If you want to hide the implementation details of the created objects of the created instances, then use the creational design pattern. Okay, so this creational design pattern is the part of Gang of 4 design patterns, um, and this factory method design pattern comes under uh, creational design pattern. Okay, so YU team is completely dedicated to provide you the training in various technologies. So I am giving you training in design pattern. Okay, so now let's move to our next slide. So what is factory method? Previously we learned in our previous slides that what is abstract factory. So now it is a factory method. So factory method is itself a factory. Factory method is itself a factory, but abstract factory is family of factories. So I can say the factory method there is only one factory, and in the abstract factory there is a multiple families that are creating the abstract instances of uh, of the classes. Okay, so in the factory method we have an interface to create an object, but let subclasses decide which class to instantiate. So how these subclasses will decide. So it has one method that you can say that you can use the switch case and the if else statement to identify that which subclass you want to create. So this factory method is creating the instances of the derived classes, but abstract factory is creating the instances of the family of factories. Okay, so factory method focuses on creating objects of derived classes, but the abstract factory design pattern is used to create instances of several families of classes. So what is a factory method? It has only one family that is creating the objects. Okay, but in the abstract factory that is creating the instances of several families of classes, which I'll explain you further in next slides. So now let's move to a UML diagram. So it is design pattern of factory method. So as I said, there's only one factory. Factory is a creator abstract class. It has concrete creator and concrete creator A and B as one factory. So we are creating the instances of the product class. Product class is a base class abstract class, and concrete product B and concrete product A are the concrete classes. Okay, so in the abstract factory I can say there is the one client. There is the one client class in the abstract factory, but factory method doesn't have any client class. So I can say it is one of the differences. So this, what is this creator? Creator is the factory method which returns an object of type product. Creator is the, it declares the factory method which returns an object of type product. What is this concrete creator? Concrete creator is responsible for implementation details of creating the objects. Okay, so what is this product? It declares an interface for a type of product object that will actually be created. What is this concrete product? It implements the product interface of the actual object. What is this product? This product is the abstract class, and concrete product is the derived class. Okay, that will actually implement the product interface. So now let's move to a one example. So previously we learned that in the computer factory and IBM computers and Dell computers, it is an example. Okay, so there in when we provided the implementation details IBM computers, and there it was itself factory. Every method was a factory. Okay, so in this we see that the subclasses are deciding which class to instantiate. So it is our static void main method. Okay, you can see it implementation details. We have almost the same implementation. We have the computer factory object instance in which we are assigning the instance of the IBM computers. Okay, so what is this IBM computers? IBM computers is inheriting the computer factory. Okay, and this computer factory is an abstract class that has the abstract method create desktop, and along with this we are passing one enumeration to find which subclass object will be created through this. Okay, so we provide the implementation details. In the if else statement we are determining the flat desktop or cabinet desktop, which type of objects will be created. Similarly, we have Dell computers. Okay, we are providing the implementation detail of this create desktop, semi-flat desktop, cabinet desktop, and Chinese desktop. Okay, so these all desktops are inheriting from the product class. What is this product class? That product class is the desktop class. So this flat desktop, cabinet desktops, flat semi-flat desktop, Chinese desktop, these are the concrete product classes. Okay, so now let's come to our main method. So I created on an object of the computer factory. Okay, and in this I provided one enumeration value desktop typed up flat desktop. So now it will create the object of the flat desktop. Similarly, for cabinet desktop, so for the Dell computers it will create the semi-flat desktop, cabinet desktop, and Chinese desktop. These all are the implementation details. Okay, so what is this abstract factory? Abstract factory is creating the families, okay, of classes that is responsible for creating the factories. Abstract factory is the factory of factories, but factory method is not like that. Factory method is itself only one factory. Okay, and in this the subclasses decide which class to instantiate. So where it is one factory, I can say that it has the one factory, computer factory, and IBM computers. Okay, and in this it is determining that which type of desktop you will create. So where we use it, the factory method in the .NET framework, system.convert, we have one method system.convert. System is the class and convert is the static method of that. Contains many static methods in which we pass an object and it returns another new type. Okay, so we can say that when we use the factory method, then this static keyword is used a lot to create or to determine the objects, which are type of object you are going to create. Okay, so we found one difference, that when you use the factory method, it creates an instance of a particular type determined at compile time you decide, but in the abstract factory method it determines the abstract class or interface type you are going to return to the abstract factory. So abstract factory methods are virtual or abstract and return abstract classes or interfaces, but factory methods are abstract and return object types. So below is an example of the factory method. Okay, so now factory method is completed. You can reach out to me at any time in YUIT Solutions uh, at my email ID mschannel02@yuitsolutions.com or mschannel02@gmail.com. Thank you. Bye.